Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John again. Um, if you've seen my last video, it was out in the wilderness, out in the jungle, 90 days, my first 90 days on this channel. Well, today is actually the 90th day, so yeah, I was animated in that video. I was having fun with it, you know. Anyways, okay, so today we're painting a beautiful, beautiful fall scene. The beautiful colors. Okay, so I'm using a pale lemon there, just lightly on the top, and then lightly as I go down. And then over top of it, just a touch here and there of some yellow ochre. So I'm kind of mixing in my yellows a little bit. I really don't want any at the bottom, you know, more at the top. And so, and I hope that you guys have been having a great week and everything. Kind of took a few days off, so. And now this is interesting. Okay, I'm just barely touching it here. What I did was I mixed to get my greens, I mixed Prussian blue with a pale yellow. Okay, that's how I got my greens. Normally, I would mix a lemon yellow with ultramarine blue to get my greens. But in this case, I was using Prussian blue with pale yellow to get my greens. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get the green on both sides of the paper, leaving the center open. And because I know that this green is going to fade in the background, it's very wet. And so now I'm just trying to create a tree line, trying to give it some impressions of leaves. Now that right here, is Prussian blue. So that's purely Prussian blue. So I'm just kind of going over it a little bit. Basically to give it some shapes, and I'm testing out the paper. I'm testing out the land area here. And, maybe I want to put something here or there. And then every time I do that with the Prussian blue, then I'm taking the pale yellow and I'm going over it. And look at how it's mixing nicely. It's turning everything into beautiful, beautiful greens here. And that's all I'm doing is by putting the pale yellow over the blue, and that's how I'm getting those greens with the lighter greens. And some of it's going to be darker depending on how much I mix. Of course, you can use lemon yellow and ultramarine blue. That's the way I like to do it normally. But so I'm going back and forth on both sides here, just feeling it out. I'm loving these colors. That yellow really brings out the sunlight coming down. Now this is an autumn painting, but it's also, a sunny day. So my idea was to bring out some beautiful colors and, during peak season of the fall change. So, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. And so with the hake brush, I'm bringing up some burnt umber and making my first tree there. And just kind of going up and just kind of giving ideas of where the branches are going to go, some of them, you know. Okay, and then I was like, okay, how far back is this river gonna go, or stream? And I was like, oh, maybe to about right there. So I was touching up the sides there. And then I was like, okay, I'll go up this way and kind of create like a hill on both sides there. And down here I was thinking, I was like, okay, I would like to maybe create some rocks down here, right? I wanted to put some rocks in here. So what I did was I went ahead and I grabbed a scraper. You can use a lot of things for scrapers. In this case, I was using a cheap fingernail filer. If I haven't told you before, when I do my flamenco and classical studies, I let my nails grow out, and then I have to shape them to play right, to get the right sound on the guitar. So, anyways, so going up there, trying to get some light and texture on that tree, and then bring out some of the branches and rocks at the bottom there. I couldn't find my credit card, and I didn't want to use a guitar pick for this, so I just used this. A fingernail filer. There. Okay. So, here we go. Trying to anchor in some of these rocks, and I'm not really good at anchoring them in. I'm pretty much covering them. But that's okay, right? I mean, it's about having fun. It's about enjoying yourself, enjoying your time, your alone time, your personal time, in a good, healthy way. And don't be bothered about what anybody says. Don't be so uptight about what you're doing. Just let the moment take you. With this flat brush, some smaller trees kind of hanging over the river. And yeah, I was trying to figure out, where do I want the branches to go? There's no such thing as perfect trees. I mean, they're all perfect, right? So, anyways, I'm just gonna give them a little bit of bottom, a little earth on the bottom of those trees. And I'm bringing it up further there, and coming along the edge. Okay. I had a really good time painting this, and I think if you're painting along with me, you're going to really like this. I mean, and especially if you're new at this. Just explore and, let the painting come out. Add your own colors or whatever you want to do. So here I go again. I'm putting on Depression Blue. You could put on ultramarine, or any kind of dark blue is fine, whatever you want. You don't have to put blue there. You could put orange there, right? Or red. So I'm just kind of basically going over where I think there would be branches at, and there's a lot of branches, right? Trees have nothing but branches on them for the most part. So I'm just going along like that. And then you probably guessed it, I'm going to come across them again, and I'm going to dab some of the pale yellow over top of them. lemon yellow really brings it out, but pale yellow's fine. And some of those dots there from the bristles actually stay in there because they're blue and they're darker color. So I'm just kind of going around. I'm having fun. I'm just enjoying myself here on this Friday afternoon. Yeah, I hope that you guys are going to have a wonderful weekend. Now I'm putting in some, this is Crimson Red Light is the name of the color. It's a darker red. Okay, and I wanted some red in there, you know. There's a lot of red in when the fall colors are around. So I'm like, okay, I'll put some here and here because I want some of them to stand out, right? And I was like, maybe one over here, and then I kind of got excited. I kind of got excited, and I was like, okay, you're going to be a big one, so kind of made that one big. It's all good. It's all good. It's about having fun. It's about enjoying it. I mean, there are no rules when you're doing this, right? You just do how you feel, you know. This is just something from my mind. It's not from a book or nothing. And anyways, I take the scraper again and make my tree trunk or, just kind of give it, that tree effect. The tree limbs and the branches and such, like that. Now at the bottom, that's more like a bush, but because it's so small, you can make that like it's far away. Yeah. And that's, the beauty about this. It's so awesome. I mean, it brings you right there. Right there. Now you see in the background on the top how that yellow ochre, the yellow just makes it's not white, just nice and bright enough to know that there's sun out. So it's not pure white, it's not blue, but it's got a glow to it, right? So here I'm taking some burnt umber, and I'm just kind of going back and forth here a little bit here and there. Some more twigs, branches, that kind of thing. Just going back and forth. And yeah, the weather out here is finally breaking nicely. Our highs are in the 80s right now, the lower 80s and upper 70s, and our lows are in the 50s. And this is my kind of weather. I can live in this weather year round. And it'll be another month before our trees start to change colors, and I cannot wait for that. And then when they do, of course, all the leaves fall, and living out here in the forest, yeah, that's a whole different ballgame there. So with the fan brush, or turkey tail brush, I call them, just with a very little bit of water and Payne's Gray that I made, just very gently wiping it across that river. I didn't want it to be blue, and I didn't want it to be dark. I just wanted it to be neutral. So with some more green that I made, I'm trying to make a little hillside there, right next to that red tree. And I put a little bit of some green back there. And a little bit along the edges. One of the fun parts is coming up that I like doing anyways. Now I'm looking at this and I'm loving the contrast of all these different colors. It's just beautiful. Right here with the yellow ochre and a fan brush, just bring it up like that. It's like dry weeds or dry grass. I love that. I love that effect because I see it all the time. You know, just to kind of bring in more color too as well. And the rocks weren't really panning out on me. So below that, in the very foreground, just some Prussian blue here and there. Just, you know, almost like darker, very dark grass, I guess you might say. And up on the top there and back to the bottom, just a little bit here and there. Prussian blue, just to give an idea, you know, some darker grasses in there. Yeah. I want to thank you so much, everybody. I really do. I appreciate it when you guys watch and view and such. And, you know, thank you so much. I want you to have a wonderful day, a good evening, and a great morning, no matter where you are, no matter where you are. And I hope that you're enjoying these and my other videos as well. And if you're new, please feel free to like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I sign my name.